white nationalists, and white supremacists, it's despite all of their effort, in spite of all the laws and social manipulation, we are still here. I don't want you to get this wrong. I'm not saying that all of this will pass. What I'm saying is that freedom is a constant struggle, and a struggle that people of color in this state have been doing since its inception, that we aren't going to stop simply because it's getting hard. So I'm going to leave you with some lines from a poem called Black Joy by Javon Johnson. You cannot kill blackness. Too much of it is wrapped in an unshakable joy. And ain't that why they think we're magic in the first place? That despite all reasons not to, we still smile, we still laugh, we still love, we still black. And that is the story of people of color in Oregon, that we are resilient and we will always be here.
Keep clapping. Tanya Dickinson, my new friend, is a poet, teacher, and ongoing student. Raised in Montana, educated in Montana, has a little bit of a different perspective on the West than a lot of folks living in Portland. She's devoted to education and social and economic justice. She's also a poet focusing on family, community, race, nature, politics, and many other deep thoughts. Tanya?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Karasala, for the beautiful words and the beautiful poem. Our communities have a beautiful and rich history, both in Portland and nationally. We have been here and we are still here. Our communities, though not perfect, have a history of working together with the shared goal of equality and justice. This is who we were, this is who we are, and this is who we will continue to be. So when Trump responded to what happened in Charlottesville by saying, we condemn this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides, I had to disagree. The insistence to be free from violence and threats and demanding that our country allow for our full equality and humanity is not hate. We have experienced our fair share of hate here in Portland. The hate crime committed on the Max Line impacted so many of us in ways we have yet to see the full effects of. I personally heard and witnessed many accounts of youth of color refusing to attend school out of fear because they had to take the Max to get there. But our communities have persisted. A big part of that persistence is because marginalized communities came together to take intersectional action. We need to lift each other up and be allies for one another. Each of us needs to find how and where we can do the most good and seek that out. When we work together to create visibility for one another, that creates collective support for our work and our communities. We need to support progressive individuals in politics like Joanne Hardesty, former legislator, current head of NAACP Portland, and candidate for Portland City Council. Hardesty has been fighting and continues to fight for representation for low-income individuals, people of color, and she works to create community safety with our police department. We need to support groups like the Community Action Group Don't Shoot Portland that are fighting systemic discrimination through direct action as well as legislative and policy work. We need to support groups like the Pacific Northwest Stands with Standing Rock, who are working to support the Standing Rock camp through nonviolent action. We need to support organizations like the Latino Network, who are working to empower Latino youth, families, and communities. We need to support the Critical Educators Collective, started by graduate students at Lewis and Clark College, that works to provide a liberated, justice-based education system. And we need to support the Immigration and Counseling Service, a nonprofit immigration law firm that provides free and confidential consultations. The point is, you don't have to feel stuck or alone in this city, because you are not alone. We are tired of fighting for our basic humanity. What we are witnessing is divide and terrorize, and it cannot stand. But where there is a no, there has to be a yes. What we can do is create a movement that is dedicated to an intersectional collective of ideas that defeats the racism, bigotry, and xenophobia currently holding office. Thank you. Institutional memories are longer than individual memories, which is why we must continue to act and struggle for justice that starts today and continues into every tomorrow. Thank you.